Hakeem Jeffries says Trump impeachment is not a top priority if Dems win the House. What does that headline have to do with the apparent assassination attempt last night at the White House Correspondents' Dinner? On its surface, seemingly nothing. And of course, we could speculate. We could imagine that this dude with access to firearms was realizing that his lawmakers weren't going to take action on his behalf, and so felt like he needed to go and take that action himself. But as I said, that would purely be speculation. No, the reason why these two facts are connected is actually more tied to the reason why you, me, and anyone else who thinks that the world would be better without Donald Trump in it don't get in our cars, grab a weapon, and try and do what this guy did. It's because whatever good that may be achieved through doing that is so minuscule compared to the good of keeping you alive. And most of the time, the people who take these types of lone wolf actions don't end up alive. This guy is relatively lucky that he is. And that's not the case because the world wouldn't be immeasurably better without fascists in charge. It is just understanding that it doesn't matter if you take down the top fascist, there are many, many fascists willing to replace them. I mean, of course, there's the obvious fascist of J.D. Vance, who would literally immediately step in to be president. But let's say you took him out too, and you kept going down the line of presidential succession until you got a Democrat in charge. Well, here you have one of the highest ranked Democrats saying that, hey, even when he obtains the power to move against Trump, he's not going to fucking do it. He's not going to use the levers of power afforded to him in order to actually make sure that law and order applies. Because the so called opposition party prefers fascism over progress, which is why, for example, voting without standards for your vote is essentially pointless. What use would be putting Democrats in charge if the Democrats that you elect are effectively Republicans themselves? Dog shit by any other name still stinks, and if you call a Republican a Democrat, they're still a fucking Republican. The point is, change only comes from organized resistance against the system as a whole. And if we sum up all of the problems and all of the possible fixes of our system to one person or one party, we aren't going to be addressing the system writ large. In many ways, the specific type of resistance matters less than choosing to resist together. So let's resist together.